Prince Institute. Exercise 160. Sir Happy Singh. Ready? Start. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, I do not have much time. Due to paucity of time, I am not elaborately speaking and I will just mention certain points on behalf of my party which can form part as a debate on the motion of thanks on the President's address. Sir, I have gone through the 18-page address of our Honorable President wherein various projects, schemes and proposals have been mentioned as a perception of this government. We are here to discuss the pros and cons and also how they will be affecting the future of the country. I would like to put forward one thing which I have been very much happy to see in the President's address, that this government is also for the growth of the entire people, and inclusive growth is one of the ideas of this government. No doubt it is a welcome feature, but I would just like to know how is this inclusive growth in the present day India, especially under this present government. Has the inclusive India been given representation and also the role to play in the vast majority parts of India? Or has the inclusive India been given more representation to the corporate section of India? I have noticed that inclusive growth is being given more to the corporate section. What is the percentage of the inclusive growth given to the common people of this country? How have they been given representation to have their role to play in the development of this country? Honorable Chairperson, I will also like to mention one thing to this government. One may sometimes welcome that everybody should be there in this inclusive growth, but when the corporate section is taking advantage of the inclusive growth, it is not in the interest of the country. This is our own experience. There were revelations. There were searches and raids conducted, and it was found that the people from the corporate lobby had taken secrets of our proposed budget also. The organized espionage is a feature given to this country by this young corporate management. So the country has to be taken care of this organized espionage conducted by the corporate agents of the big companies. I am not against the corporates. They also have a role to play as any other section of the people of this country, but at the very same time, inclusive growth should be for the benefit of the marginalized sections of the people, minorities, downtrodden, and others. Their role has to be assured with the government. It is most important thing for the benefit of this country. Inclusive development demands special encouragement for the downtrodden people, including minorities. But the President's address, unfortunately, does not mention anything about these downtrodden people, including minorities. But whether one may like it or not, to see minorities or not, it is a fact. De facto, nobody would be able to forget about the existence of minorities in India. As far as Muslims are concerned in the world, it is the second largest minority we are having in India. Sir, I am here, and these days I have been waiting also to speak. Inclusive development demands encouragement for all the communities, including minorities. But at the national level, the representation of minorities in schools, colleges, and educational institutes is abysmally poor. There should be sufficient encouragement given to these marginalized sections. I am speaking only points due to paucity of time. There should be sufficient encouragement for each and every language in the country to prosper. I have also discussed it. The government should give Urdu and Arabic languages their due position in the UPSC selection process so as to give to the people the education preference. Mr. Chairman, sir, in the last 9 months, the indication of the government's intention on the so called inclusive agenda has been completely ignored. They have neglected the representation and the grievances for the minority community. I am sure the education status of the minority community will be given to them. Another point which I am referring here is that the President's address is conceptually silent on the political will and the commitment to work for maintaining communal harmony and checking the hate mongers. The recent statement of our Honorable Prime Minister at a Christian congregation about the government's commitment for freedom of faith has been negated by the subsequent statements made by his own party people. But I would say that the Prime Minister's statement has been welcomed by the minority because he has mentioned in that Christian congregation that the religious faith should be respected. But after he spoke, it has been negated by his own party people. The Prime Minister wanted, and he had shown also, as to how we will have to respect the religious faith of the minority community and other sections of religion. The atmosphere of intolerance has to be contained.